Alaikum. Could I also acknowledge our distinguished guests, Her Excellency Linda Dessau, Governor of Victoria, and His Honour Tony Howard, whom we have great pleasure in also talking to. The former Governor and his wife, it's great to see you here. Members of the Judiciary, our very good friend and friend of multicultural communities, the President of the Victorian Upper House, Bruce Atkinson, my parliamentary colleague Robin Scott, the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, and yes, it's true, I do get to see more of him than my husband, and my husband's not happy. Members of the ministers and shadow ministers, members of Parliament, state and federal, could I, given that it is a parliamentary iftar dinner, could I actually ask all members of Parliament to stand up, just so that we can get an impression and know that how well you are being supported tonight. Regrettably, despite having been announced, the Honourable Matthew Guy had a family matter to attend to at very short notice, and he's an apology but sends his very best wishes to all of those who celebrate Ramadan and all of those who've come together in honour of the month, for the occasion. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the Consular Corps. Typically, members of the Consular Corps are great attendees of multicultural events, and I've set up a little bit of a tradition of naming them individually as a reward for attending. Unfortunately, there are so many tonight that I would use up my time by doing so, but could I just say how much we appreciate their attendance and support of each other, and they're out tonight in great numbers. Also, we have the Deputy Leader of the Victorian Liberal Party, David Hodgett. I'd just like to single him out. A number of other, a VMC Chair, Helen Kapelos, and former Chair, Chintan, who did a great job, and Helen is continuing in that tradition. VMC commissioners and past commissioners. I actually get to see more of the past commissioners at many of these events, and it's great to see them continuing that work. Members of the Victorian and Federal Police, ladies and gentlemen, friends of our multicultural communities, community leaders and imams. Could I first of all say well done to the AIS, and to Ahmed. They do a great job in the organisation and bringing together what is symbolically a very, very important occasion, certainly for a multicultural state as is Victoria. I know there are 20 days in Ramadan. I have 12 iftar dinners, and can I say that's far too many calories to consume. So I look forward to the end of Ramadan and perhaps resuming activities that are not so focused on food. And being European, let me say, we can't resist the food. I am delighted to be here this evening to celebrate the annual Victorian Parliamentary Iftar Dinner alongside Robin Scott, the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, and Ahmed Keskin, the Executive Director. And could I just commend Ahmed on his speech, and incredibly well considered, poignant, and could I just congratulate the AIS on its rebranding. I think it's a sensational name. We are currently in the month of Ramadan, and I'd just like to take the opportunity of wishing everyone a Ramadan Kareem. The Ramadan message of compassion, generosity and humility can certainly be appreciated by all of us, irrespective of our faith and backgrounds. But what's most wonderful about tonight, and we have a look at the room, the range of people who are in attendance from a range of faiths and a range of cultures. It's certainly a welcome opportunity for all Victorians to come together to experience the beauty and the richness of diverse faith communities, to chat over a meal, and certainly to foster that respect and understanding and strengthen the social cohesion to which all of the previous speakers alluded. We are fortunate to enjoy the freedoms so many in the world don't have, including religious freedom, all predicated, of course, on practising those freedoms within the framework of our legal system, including paying taxes, as the Governor was so encouraged by her father. All of these enshrine the rights and responsibilities of all Victorians, no matter our colour, language that we speak, where we were born, or the religion that we profess. This is the Victoria and Australia which has welcomed millions of migrants to make Australia their home, to study and do business in Australia, to visit and enjoy our beautiful landscapes, our cities and our people. This is the home that so many of us have dreamed to make a home away from home, a place in the sun where our children and grandchildren can grow and be proud of their cultural background, their legacy, their birthplace, but still be able to be proud and outstanding Australians. Multiculturalism means supporting cultural, religious, ethnic and linguistic diversity, and dare I say that should also extend to diversity in politics and ideology, provided of course that these are practiced within our very special brand of democracy, that is within where difference is understood and respected. I would like to congratulate our Islamic communities in particular on proactively reaching out by sharing special religious occasions with a broader community, including, of course, what is becoming very popular with our universities, corporates and even parliaments, the Iftar dinners. And I was delighted to see also the Prime Minister convene his very first Iftar dinner, notwithstanding some of the press that has emerged following that event. Events which promote dialogue, friendship, communication, collaboration means we can break down walls, stereotypes and truly benefit from the diverse perspectives and experiences that are now a part of our community. Cross-cultural activities are not just activities for special occasions, however. Each and every day we live multiculturalism. Our local businesses and government agencies serve multicultural communities and clients. Our schools and universities also attract thousands of international students each year, our second highest revenue earner. Our businesses serve visitors and tourists, whilst others have a global presence and trade internationally. Each and every one of us who hires, employs, provides training opportunities and internships must also recognise the huge benefit of employing a multicultural labour force. Our called communities should be encouraged to take pride in having the cultural insights, speaking the languages and having the connections and links that life and work in a globalised world and economy values, and we should value that as well. A job is a lifeline, but it's also a pathway to that social cohesion that we all profess a commitment to. Our challenge, therefore, as a society is, of course, which has been fashioned by waves of immigration over the past decades, is to rise to the challenge to ensure that no one is precluded from employment necessary to produce the high levels of cohesion and harmony and to allow people to achieve the dreams for a better life. What is most wonderful about tonight's event is, of course, that we see so many people from a range of backgrounds, and I'd like to commend the AIS, who is a great promoter of interfaith understanding and harmony in our community, which encourages dialogue, respect and tolerance in our community, and that is the reason why I've been delighted to be asked to co-host this event for the second year in a row. In conclusion, I'd just like to thank the organisers for their efforts for hosting yet another successful Iftar dinner, to say the members of Parliament here in attendance and those who are apologies certainly appreciate your efforts, and I hope that everyone has an enjoyable night tonight. But of course, we mustn't just do so on special occasions, but practice what we preach each and every day of our lives. Ramadan Mubarak and Ramadan Kareem to all of you.